Hello, this is Team 4, and we are doing the workshop for assignment the user stories. I am Esteban, and I am the project manager and quality assurance.
Hi, I'm Sophia and I'm working as a front-end developer.
I'm Angelica, front-end developer.
Hi, this is Keshav working as a backend developer.
Hi, I'm Cijo Matthew and I'm doing the quality assurance.
Hi, I'm Priscilla. I'm taking care of reports and quality assurance.
Hey, I'm Arjun. I'm working on the backend.
Okay, so we're starting with the first user role, which is end user. So what will the user see first when he gets to interact with the system?
So typically the user would have to log into the company's website to see the link to the queue.
So the user must have a link, must see a link to the queue.
Right.
That's the first thing. What else?
It should be on the home, like the home page for them, right? The link.
That would be the page from the company.
Yeah.
From the company that provided the link.
Yeah.
That's right. The one that is hosting the queue.
The queue, yeah.
Okay, but what does he see? What does the user see? The link? Anything else?
Yeah, when the user clicks on the link, the
Okay.
idea is that whatever information the company wants from the person that's going to get to the queue. Okay, let me rephrase it. So once the person clicks on the link, the person it will be possible for the person to insert the information that the company is asking for. So for example, when the company is building the queue system, the company can ask as mandatory information like full name and telephone number, things like this.
Okay, so this link will bring the user to the queue.
Yeah, that's right.
And to get that information, that will be displayed in the next page, right? So for the first one, the user only sees the queue link.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. So now we're moving forward to the next page, which is the registration page to the queue. Am I right?
Yeah.
So we might call it the queue registration. What does the user will see in this page?
So they'll probably see like summary and details about the queue that they're registering for.
Summary of the queue. Okay, so queue. Well, we can say in general queue information, or what else?
So after this, the end user will register into the queue. After seeing all the information,
Yes,
Then-
the information is displayed.
yeah, then
What
you can
else?
register on that page. There's
Oh,
a button.
Okay, the registration form.
Yeah, they have to fill.
Yeah, you fill in the required info, user info.
Mhm.
And then you can register.
So
How
like
can we mention
can-
it?
registration fields, form fields, something like that.
Registration fields. Okay. Will the user need to see anything else on this page? Because he will get a link that will bring him to this registration page, and here he will see the information of the queue and the required fields. Anything else at this point?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so we're doing good. The end user is going to register, so he
So-
gives the information.
So there should be a
Register button here.
There will be
Yeah,
a register
Register
button.
button.
Okay,
I
Really?
think that's kind of like a given though. Do we need to?
it's part of the.
fields.
Let me put this as a form
Yeah.
that will include the
Yeah.
button. So the fields and the button will be here, displayed on the form. After that, he fills all the fields, the required fields, and then what will the user see?
So I think he now sees his active status, like the queue details, what's his number or something.
As a confirmation page.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will register the user, and we will show the result. The like you said, the active queue registration.
It's like where the user is actually in the queue,
Okay,
right? The details of the queue and where he is.
so can we call this the active queue?
The queue details page or active queue.
Queue details. So, Arjun, what do you think we should display on this queue details page? Because it's after the user has registered to the queue, and it will show some information about the queue. But
Yeah, it should be like all the details related to the queue and probably his position in the queue. So how many are there in front of him?
okay,
And he must have an option to cancel the queue as well. Like if he doesn't need the queue anymore, he should be able to, cancel out of the, like take out his ticket or something. So cancel option or something like that.
okay, great. So we have for this page, we're displaying. It's called the queue details and queue info, right? Well, actually, it's the user info about the queue. How do we
Yeah.
call it?
Yes.
Instead of queue info,
Maybe
Uh,
like queue status or user status.
User
user
status in the
status.
queue.
awesome. Queue status.
Maybe like a cancel should be moved from like piece of data into like a separate story on its own. So like after details, you have the option to cancel.
You mean like changing the order?
Not changing the order. Like you know how you have like each story linking to each other. So after details, you have an arrow pointing cancel as a possible
Oh, sure.
user story.
So yeah, this is something that is shown here, but the action, the whatever is gonna happen, it's canceling the.
Yeah, because like it's an actual action that the user does, so it should probably have like its own story.
Okay. And he will here. I guess we only need to show a notification or
Confirm cancellation.
confirmation request for confirmation.
Yeah, like confirmation.
Do we need to display
Probably
any
we need to
information?
remove cancel from there if we have to, kind of from the queue details.
This will be shown as an option here.
Okay, that's just a confirmation dialog.
Probably, well, we're seeing it as another page. This page will have the confirmation and we'll actually do the cancellation.
Okay, that's good.
Okay,
Yeah, I think cancel should be removed from queue details.
from here?
Yeah, because it's kind of like redundant. It's already kind of implied that it's shown through that story over there.
Okay. So that's actually what you were saying, Kesha.
Right.
Okay. So do we have the entire end user prototype? Are we missing anything that the end user should be doing or capable of redoing?
I don't think so.
He will get a link to register to a queue. From there, he provides his information and he will get notified by email, but he will see the status, the queue status here, and from there he will be able to cancel his registration. Okay. Okay, moving forward, we're gonna work on the moderator user role. So for this role, we decided that the first thing he will be getting is a link. Similar to the end user, but it's gonna be a different link. Am I right? So it's gonna be link displayed probably in a home page.
On a dashboard. Dashboard might be a better.
Yes. No, well, the dashboard will be displayed after the link, right? The link will bring the moderator to the dashboard.
Okay.
Okay? Does the moderator need to see anything besides the link? We don't need anything, right?
Yeah.
Only the link, only the persons who got the link are able to log in as moderators. So what's the next thing the moderator is gonna see?
Maybe the
No, he should be able to see the users.
First, would join
list
the
of
line.
users.
Sorry.
Before the user sergeant, we need to display the queues, right?
Right. Yeah.
And what were you saying, Priscilla? Sorry?
No, I was saying that once the moderator is creating the queue, there should be an option that there you can choose the information to show up.
A confirmation?
Yeah, the information that is going to show up for the end user.
The information, yeah.
So that will be displayed here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So for the dashboard, it's the queue information, queue,
Yeah.
how do you call it?
We can call it the queue information.
Queue list or
Queue list, yeah, queue list should be good.
queue list with a little bit of information. What else do we need? Do we need to show company information for this moderator?
No, I don't think that's required at this
It's
stage.
not required,
Yeah,
so we'll skip it.
yeah,
So probably we only need to show the available queues,
correct,
right?
right.
And with this list, the moderator can click on any of those, and that will bring him to where?
active users in the queue.
Okay, so we are gonna see the queue information, queue users. Let's say it will be displaying queue information that will have
The user information,
Or just like user
The
list.
user status.
List of users.
list of users. Yeah.
users list. And anything else do we need to show? Maybe number of people waiting.
Yeah, number of people waiting in that queue.
Number of registered users. Anything else?
Maybe the section that the person is waiting for.
The section of the person?
Yeah, 'cause for example, if it's a queue, like, I don't know, maybe Centennial College queue, and then in the same link, maybe there is a queue for registration and one queue for, I don't know, drop in something like. Can we do it, or no? It's gonna one queue for each different thing.
I feel like it should be just different queues for each separate thing.
Yes, probably it's one queue for each different service.
Okay.
So
Okay.
at this point, it's a queue for maybe enrollment services, but there's another queue for payment,
Okay.
right?
Got
So at this point here, it's only one service. And
Okay.
what are the options here? What else do we need? From here, we need to, if the moderator is gonna do something with the queue, it's gonna actually fetch the next person in the queue. That's gonna bring the moderator to another page, right? So from here, we can go to the active user. Which will bring the information of the user that is being served. Okay, so what do we need to display for this page?
So this would actually be, specific to the user that is actually currently being served. So
Correct.
this would actually display the user information with the problem or a brief problem description, which the
Basically
user has.
whatever fields they fill
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, actually, the information that we are going to display is gathered at this point where the user registered. Okay, so that information is gonna be displayed. And do we need anything else?
We need to cancel the user. Moderator can cancel the user.
Cancellation. What if the user or the person doesn't show up? Are we gonna cancel or just close the ticket? Maybe
Close.
instead of canceling, because we're saying that the only one that is going to cancel is the owner or the person that is registered. So for
We
here,
can check the end of the line.
sorry, what?
Put back on the end of the line, on the end of the queue, or no?
Like to complete or close the ticket? You mean?
Yeah, like if the person doesn't show up,
Yes.
can we put an, I don't know, like a button from the moderator side that we can raise cut, just like put the person to the end of the line, like, end of the queue, or just cancel?
I think it's gonna be closing the ticket, but with a note. We're gonna have like a comments, and there the moderator can write this person didn't show up. or
Okay.
finish with the service?
Yeah, so the moderator should have a open text area to fill in details and then,
Here,
right,
correct?
Right.
So, notes. And from there, the moderator will be able to finish or close the ticket.
correct.
For space sake, I'm gonna put it here. It will come from here. Correct? So the moderator will be able to close the ticket, and from here, I guess he can just bring the next person.
Correct.
So it's gonna be
Redirecting to the Q info list again. Q info page.
I guess it's gonna be bring back to the next active user,
Yeah.
correct? Instead of going to the list, go directly to the next one, right? So, are we missing anything from the moderator? Do we need?
No, I think we might be able to add one more thing. So like, let's say it's registration, right? So there's always going to be a limit, say till 4:30 p.m. After that, we should not be able to add people to the queue, right? So the moderator should probably have the capability to, stop the queue.
To close and open, right?
Yes.
I think
So that
that's
it opens at 10 a.m. maybe, and then you can close it at 4:30, or you should be able to schedule it in a way, something like that.
I think that's part of the admin's functionality.
Part of
The
the
admin is the one that sets the queue, configures,
Configures the queue
and can
yeah.
close it.
No, I think the
Yeah,
administrator
it makes
just
more sense at the admin
handles
level.
like the
Yeah.
system side, but the people who is operating like on a daily basis with the actual queue, that would be the moderator's responsibility because they would be the ones actually closing the queue at the end of the day. While admins, they set up the queue, maybe like offsite or whatever, but it's not super like hands-on like the moderator is. So I think the moderator should have the responsibility to close registration for queues.
I guess that would be like giving more responsibilities to this user role
Yes.
than we discussed, because we're giving only one link to this person for him to log in. The admin will have a username and password, and he will be able to create, update, or close the queues. I don't think we actually planned to give this responsibility to the moderator, but if it was the case, where would it be? From here, the moderator would be able to close the queue,
Yeah.
finalize the queue.
Info. So I guess we have to decide which role would actually have that capability.
Yes. I think we'll have to, for now, leave it this way, and probably after doing the admin, we will see if we still need to give that functionality to the moderator. Okay, so so far we have done 2 user roles, which are end user and moderator. All right, so before moving forward, we are gonna add something to the moderator because Angelica was suggesting a very important thing.
Right. So in addition to all that we have for the moderator so far, I was thinking that we should also let the moderator be able to close registration for the queues. So like say at the end of the day, you know, the office or company or whatever is closing down. And so they can't serve any more end users. So they can choose to close registration for the queue so that they don't get any more registrations.
Okay, and that would be like a different page that will come from the queue info, right?
Yeah.
So from here, the moderator can go and finalize queue. And probably as for the user, he will be able to give a reason, only like comments. Or are we missing something? Does the moderator need to see or have anything else in this page?
Probably, yeah, no, I don't think so. Because based on the number of people in the queue, he just is going to decide whether to close or to. It's under his discretion what to do. So we give the moderator the role, the responsibility to, close the queue before the actual expected time.
Okay, so apparently we have covered the moderator. All right, so the next user role will be the admin. So to create space, I'm gonna erase this. And what's the first page that the admin will see? Like, what is would it be a home page? Is it similar to the other user roles?
So it'll probably be like a.
We can call it link generator, for example, like queue generator.
Maybe like a company dashboard.
Yeah, dashboard is a.
Yes, it can be a queue generator, but in general, the user story would be named. What did you say, Angelica? Sorry.
It would be like the company dashboard, and they.
Yes, company dashboard.
If you're doing this for the administrator, just make that.
Sure.
Company dashboard, yeah.
What does it display? What does
So
does
they'd
the
have, like-
dashboard display?
They'd have like a list of the company's queues.
Existing companies queues.
Okay, existing company queues.
Queues, and then a place to create new queues. A link to create new queues from the dashboard.
That will be another one, right? Another use case.
Okay, yeah.
Because
yeah, right.
here is what we are showing in
Correct.
this dashboard.
Right.
Existing company queues, and what else are we showing? The company information. Do we need it? Maybe we don't need it. The admin is capable of modifying, but we don't need to display it.
Right.
So do we need anything else here? If an admin logs in, it's because he's gonna do something with the queues, and we only need to display them. So probably that's all we need here. From here, Sophia, what do you think we need to give the option to the admin? What is the admin capable of doing here?
He can modify the queue, make update.
Okay, so if there's a queue here and he clicks on it, or it will take him to
Update the queue,
update queue,
queue status.
Queue configuration, basically.
queue configuration.
Configure queue.
Okay. And what will he see in this page?
Would of course see the
Q
all
info.
queue info, existing queue info, and then he can change whatever he wishes to, or the company asks for, and then he can save the configuration.
That's gonna be part of like the form.
Correct.
Okay, so
No, it's not going to. We are not going to add anything new, but rather, the queue information, existing queue information can be edited, made changes, and then saved.
the same information.
Right. Right.
I guess we can add something else. Or Sijo, what do you think? If we're displaying the queue information, shall we give him some information about the user, registered users?
Yeah.
Is it part of the info? I think this is like part of the queue, and then we can display registered users. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
And are we showing anything different or anything else? Probably not.
No.
But from here,
Registered users, you mean the companies, right? In this
Oh.
case.
no, I was thinking of registered users to the queue. But that's right.
We actually don't need to see the registered users in this case. Why would the admin want to kind of look at the users? Or he would be interested in which company the queue is subscribed to, or
Okay.
things
So-
like that.
I don't know. We could probably show the moderator list.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Moderator list, yes.
Yeah, like who was moderating the queue, something like that.
Correct.
So we are
The-
giving this functionality and responsibility to the
Company.
moderator.
Right.
And here it's the moderators. Correct?
Right.
Okay, so do we need to show anything else in this page? I guess not. But from here, he can, the admin, what can he do?
You can save the information, and then the moderator is intimated if something changes.
But wait. The moderator will be notified, you said?
Yes.
But is that another?
No, it should be
Use
a part
case?
of this. What do you think?
Maybe like the
Here?
use case would be add/remove moderator.
I guess so. We are showing the list of moderators, but to add or remove, we need another use case. So, as Angelica said, add, remove, moderator. And if it's, well, that would be different. If
Yeah.
he selects one of them, it will take to remove. But add will be different, right? So I guess it's gonna be
Part of the same.
two different. Could it be like this? Add moderator. Right?
Yeah.
That will come from here. And what will he see or get? Moderator form or information.
Yeah, like the moderator ID or name or something like that.
Let's say form that will have all those fields, all the required fields to add a moderator. And what else? let's say only that, but there's the other use case where the admin can, you said remove.
Yeah.
So let's move it from here. Remove moderator. Are we showing anything here? Probably only the information of that moderator, right?
Yeah.
And obviously the confirmation.
So the confirmation can be common for both add and remove. You can have a, and then save. The whole configuration, adding and removal of moderators merge into one. We just redirect both to one screen and then we just save whole info.
These two?
Yeah.
I was thinking that this add will ask for new information. This add moderator will ask for new information, while this one only will ask for a confirmation. So this one will not have a form with fields,
Okay. Yeah.
only a yes or no, or confirm, cancel, and this one will ask for some other details. So I guess it's gonna be a little different.
But details, aren't we already adding it here? The add moderator.
Yes.
So we already have the necessary information in this story, right?
Yes.
And so both of them are missing a confirmation now. So that's what I thought, that we can merge these two together to have one single confirmation.
Oh,
Since-
after this.
Yeah, after this.
Okay. So probably, let's say confirmation.
I don't think that's a separate story on its own. It's just kind of like an extension of it too. So I don't think we have to actually specify it.
Yeah, we actually don't need that too.
Okay.
So we can just, that is pretty self-explanatory. Once you add a moderator, you're going to save changes. You remove a moderator, you just save changes.
Yeah. That would be included here. So going back, we are removing a moderator and adding a moderator. We go back. Do we need to add anything to queue configuration?
And you also need to edit the queue info details.
Of course. And we'll have only the queue form, queue information. As a form, right? And this will come from here. From here, are we adding any functionality? I guess not. What do you think, Sophia? If we are editing the information, it will go back to.
And then let this save the changes done by the administrator.
Okay, but it will bring back to this page.
Configuration.
And are we missing something for the queue config? I guess we are. We said we would be closing or finalizing a queue. Would that be part of this information or not?
Yeah, it's like, the admin has sets up the time for the start and end of the queue. and then based on as we added a new card to our moderator, so there it's under the moderator's discretion to either close the queue earlier than expected or let it be as it is. So these are like the default settings the admin does for every queue.
Okay. But shall we add another functionality for just closing the queue?
No, I don't think that would be
Okay,
required.
that will be relying on the moderator.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so apparently this one is done. From the company dashboard, what are we missing? Sijo?
We may add new company.
Of course, we are saying that we're going to configure a queue, but for that we need to add.
Yeah.
Add or create queue.
Yeah, create.
And there's gonna be a registration form, or how do we call it? Creation form.
I feel like it would kind of just point to the queue config.
I guess very similar, but it's not going to be.
It's not going to be the same, but I'm just saying, like, you have create queue as a story, and then after that, it'll be pointed to the queue config to, set things up. So we don't have to, like, rewrite everything again, because it's kind of the same.
Yes, but what I'm saying is probably this is a different story. Well, it's a different story to create one than configure one.
It is a different story, but I'm saying they can be used together.
Okay, so pointing from here to there?
Yeah.
Okay. But are we displaying something particular here? So Arjun, what Angelica is suggesting is that we point from here to the queue configuration that will ask for the same fields for as creating a queue.
Yeah, it makes sense actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
but from here, from this page, do we need to display anything extra or just take the user, the admin to that page?
Probably we just give the queue name here, and then the rest of the things can be configured there. Create a queue with the company information. And company information can be added here. A few basic stuff.
But company, we already have the company information.
No, I mean if you're trying to create a new queue for a company, for any.
Oh, isn't this the space for a particular company?
Yeah, but then we would be creating queues for different companies, right? That would be happening here.
But we're assuming that the admin works for just one company, right? Like, so, yeah, all they need is the company space, and then they'll automatically, in the form, fill in the company details, and then they can edit the company details in some other user story.
See, yes, if we are saying that this is the company dashboard, then all this space will belong to a company, and we will have a space, a story to modify those
Okay.
fields, but here we don't need to modify them, right?
Okay.
This space will belong to only one company. So what else? The admin creates a queue, and only giving the name, it will take to the configuration where he will be able to modify the information, add moderators, and are we missing anything? What else can an admin do?
You should be able to also search for queues.
Maybe remove the queue as well.
Remove, like,
Delete.
yeah, not finalizing,
delete,
but
yeah.
deleting, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Sure.
yeah.
But maybe that would come from this configuration, right? So if we're configuring a queue, we are editing, and we can remove. What else?
Search for queues would
We're
be a
searching for
separate
a queue.
user story. Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, if we have the option to remove a queue, maybe on the dashboard there should also be like a section for past queues or archive, remove queues, something like that, like a history of queues that aren't
Active anymore.
active anymore. Yeah.
Okay, but is that part of the search? Or
Yeah, you can
different?
search for new key. I mean, it's been typically an admin can search for queues that he has created for a particular company. So this information will also include the active and the inactive queues.
So, do you agree, Angelica? If we add this search, this search queue will include the active ones and the previous ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And this search will have a search field, obviously.
I feel like it should be separated though. So search active queues, search inactive queues.
Yeah, that would be a part of the search fields.
Yes, part of the search fields. The admin will be able to choose, yes, I want to search only for
Active
the inactive
queues.
or the active, or both.
Right. Yeah.
Right, so there'll be different filters, right?
Right.
Yes, that's correct.
Right, got it, yeah.
And do we need to show anything else here in the search page? I guess not, but we're still not displaying the results.
Yeah.
So we need
The next one would be to display the results.
So search results will come after performing a search. And what will it display?
Like a list of queues.
List of queues, of course. And from here, it can take the admin to this page. Am I right?
Yeah.
Correct. Because it's gonna be, it's gonna display the queue information or
Yeah, we can
the queue
have,
configuration.
we can have a user story to display a individual thing, and then it could also be done.
From the list, clicking on one of the results, it will take to this configuration, right?
Okay.
Because it's only displaying the information and the moderators. From there, he can also edit.
Correct. Yeah,
Right?
that makes sense.
All right. So is that all the functionality we need for the admin?
Also need to edit company details.
Yes. So this dashboard belongs to a company and sorry, let's put it here. Update company details.
Yeah.
Or
Update. Edit or update company details.
Or maybe it should be like view then update. Or just straight away.
and it's gonna have company info. Okay. From here, is the admin going somewhere else? I don't think so. I guess we are finished with the admin functionality.
Maybe like to add a moderator. Like I know in the configuration there's an option to add a new moderator, but like I feel like that should just be like like inputting the moderator ID. But for the company, there's different moderators for the company, and you should have the ability to add those moderators as like a user, registered to the company, so that you can refer back to them when adding them to the queue. So like you don't have to duplicate that moderator info every single time for different queues in the company.
Well, since we are giving the moderator only one link, it will come from the email. It's only, we actually only need the email, but would be better to have some more information.
Or you mean like adding the moderator separately and then having all the moderator details and then linking it to the during queue configuration?
So that this add moderator, it's not registering a new person.
It's like a master.
Selecting from the registered
A company
moderators.
can create a list of moderators as a master list, and then during queue configuration they can choose from the list.
So it's a list that may come from the main dashboard. Am I right?
Yeah.
And from here,
Now this only makes sense if we're assuming moderators can be in multiple queues. Otherwise, we should just keep it as is and not bother with this.
I think that makes sense because
Like-
one company may have different queues
Yeah.
and use the same people to moderate each of those queues. So yes, I think they will be using the same people.
Okay.
So from moderators list,
We just make the list. I mean the moderators active or inactive here, and then that gets displayed during queue configuration.
so are you saying these moderators will come from, no,
Yes.
not from here?
No, this here, what I meant was, here we can have the list of active and inactive moderators,
Yes.
and during configuration, only the active ones would come for adding for a particular queue. That's what I meant.
Correct. So here we are only missing create a moderator, or
Yeah, create a moderator and edit the moderator to just, make it active or inactive.
details, his information. And the other option is to update, edit, moderator with this information. So now the admin can register moderators, have a list of all his moderators, but for each queue, he will select which moderators will be using the queue.
Correct.
All right. So apparently we have covered all the admin functionality. Do you think, are we missing anything, Priscilla?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So we have covered everything the admin will be doing. Is that right?
Yeah.
Should there be like an option for a delete moderator?
Yeah, that's going to be like, you just active or inactive.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes. It's going to be here, right?
Right.
The update. Okay. So we have finished with the admin. Hello, we are team 4 and we're continuing with the second assignment. Now we're going to do the wideband Delphi approach. I'm Esteban and I will be doing the Agile customer.
Hello, this is Keshav. I'll be working as a backend developer.
Hi, this is Arjun. I'm doing the backend as well.
Hi, this is Sinjo, and I'll be doing the quarter fronts.
Hi, I'm Angelica. I'm doing front-end.
Hi, that's Priscilla. I'll be doing the reports.
Hi, it's Rupia, and I'm working as a front-end developer.
All right, we're starting with the first story. I will read it out loud to you, and please ask the questions you have regarding this. This is the story. As an end user, I registered to a queue. So please ask the questions you need to get this completed.
So when you register, like what all information do we need from the user? Like, for example, any special, like let's say the number of form entries, for example.
Okay. Yes, it's gonna be a form, and we need at least the email from the user, and it will depend on the queue, but at least we need email. That's the minimum required field.
Okay.
And the user should be able to see to which queue he's registering to as well.
Yes, there should be the queue information displayed. I guess in the same page, probably before. First the queue information and then the form registration.
Okay.
Any other questions?
So, does each company get the ability to add additional fields or remove them in this stage?
Yes, there should be an ability for the company to add some fields because, like I said, we need the email, but maybe college may ask for the student ID, or there could be different needs. So when the company creates the queue and customize it, the option will be there to just say the type of field and how many they need. Any other question?
And what buttons do you actually require?
Well, only the submit or save button. Maybe cancel, just in case the
clear out all
user
the feeds.
changes his mind, and
Cancel
take
the-
him out of the web page. Only those two.
Okay.
Any other question? Well, if there are no other questions, then we need that thing. So please give an estimate in hours of how much time you think you would be taking to build this, only for this story. So think about it, give a number. I will ask each one of you because we are not present, so we cannot see it. You will have to say it out loud. So starting here with maybe Arjun, please give a number and your personal estimate of the amount of time you will need to get to develop this. So what would it be, Arjun?
Well, I would say approximately at least 10 hours.
10. Keshav?
Yeah, around close to that, probably including unit testing, may take around 12 hours.
Angelica?
So, if we're just talking about the web page, that would be quick. But if we're talking about the system behind the registration, it would take longer, say, 5.
5? Sorry, was it 5?
Yeah. Assuming we're talking about the full functionality of the registration.
Yes, only for this story. Thanks. And Sijo? Okay, thanks. You said 7. Sophia? Sophia, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's your number?
It's probably 6 hours.
Okay. And Priscilla?
I would go with 5 hours.
Okay, good. So we have the numbers. We just need to get one number for all of them. And we are going to discuss the lowest and the highest. That's 12 and 5. So could you please say why did you say 5 and why would not be 12, or the other way around? Why do you think it's going to be 12 instead of 5? Could you give a little more detail, Keshav?
Yeah, sure. See, we'll have to integrate, assuming the system is not integrated or built in. So if I have to start from scratch, I mean, assuming my development environment is set up, then it would take around a couple of hours to just write the backend APIs to see if it is working, and then kind of see the data flow, and then probably testing would definitely take some time, as you usually don't get it in one shot straight, and you also need the UI, right? So probably that I'm not sure if we have taken UI into consideration. With some basic styling, of course, you would need some. I would say, as per my experience, it should take around close to 10 to 12 hours, around 12, to be on the safer side.
Okay, and Angelica, would you increase the time you estimate by what Keshav said?
Yeah, considering that, I would increase it, but maybe not 12. I know the UI, the front end of this would be very simple. It's just a simple form. So that wouldn't take too much time at all. Most of the work would probably be in the back end, which I'm not as familiar with, being the front end guy.
Okay, great. I do agree with you. I don't think we need too much time because we are building, well, you will be building a form. It could be a specific form. It will have to get some data from the database to know how many fields and what type. So probably my guess would be just a little bit more, maybe 7 sounds good to me. What do you think? What do you guys think? Would 7 be a good estimate or not?
Sure, because you always have to test it. So 7 hours makes sense with all the testing, I think.
Okay. Anyone disagrees?
No, I think 7 fits. It's okay.
Okay. Well, for this story, we're estimating a total of 7 hours. Great. All right. Our next story is here. I'm going to read it to you, and please ask any questions you have about this. As a moderator, I need to view the active users in a queue. So the main goal is to display the list of active users in a queue, so I can select them and see the particular details of each one. Do you have any questions regarding this?
So, will this list display the status of the user, like if they're still waiting in line or if they're currently being served, or is it just a list?
This is the list of the pending users, the ones who are waiting for their turn, and on top it should be the closest one that is gonna to be attended. But the ones who have been already attended, those won't be displayed.
Okay, I see.
Any other question?
Whether you want to close the ticket for the particular user or not.
If I want to close it, it will be there will be an option to go to that particular ticket, and there's another story for closing the ticket. But here the option it will be to go to that ticket and do something else. The list will have the option of seeing the details of the ticket or just get the next one in line.
Okay.
So in the user form, there would be the information that the user first entered, right? He should be able to view, the moderator should be able to view the information entered by the end user.
Yes.
And what else does the moderator need?
Well, the moderator needs for this list to display the basic information that was gathered from the registration, as you said, and probably the time when it was registered, and only that for the information, only the fields that were gathered and the time, besides the option of going to that particular ticket.
Okay.
Any other question? All right. So let's go to the estimating the hours. of work. Please think of a number of hours on how long would it take to build this story. I'm starting with Arjun. Could you tell me the number?
Yes, I'm thinking 5 to 6, so 5.
All right.
Yeah.
Keshav?
Yeah, I say 5 too.
Okay. Angelica?
3.
3.
3.
Sophia?
I think it's probably 6 hours.
Okay, 6. Sijo?
5.
All right. 5. And Priscilla? 6. Okay. Yes, 6. Okay. Let's go to the discussion. I see the lowest is 3 and the highest is 6. So could you please explain a little bit more on why you selected 6, Sophia?
I think it's require all the built-in works to be able to display the users. So it's probably 6 hours is fit for it.
Okay, it's only for this story, it's a list that comes from the database. It must filter out the ones that had been served or attended, and only the basic information or the fields that were gathered. It's I don't think it's too much work, and I guess that's why Keshav, you said 3, right?
No, that was Angelica.
Oh no, sorry, Angelica. It was you who said 3.
Yeah, I put 3. Like you said, it's pretty trivial. It's just a database query, and then filtering, in the database query, seeing which ones are active. And then once you have the list of users, you just use kind of like a repeating list component to display it. It's pretty simple.
Okay, so after this, please everyone consider these details and give me again your estimation after this discussion. So let's start over again. Could you please, Arjun?
I'm still saying 5.
5. Keshav?
Around 4.
4. Angelica?
3.
3. And Sophia?
5.
5. Sijo?
5.
5. And Priscilla? 5?
Yeah,
okay. So apparently most of you think 5 hours is enough, including testing and the UI, maybe the interaction to the next page. What if we say 5 hours for this story? Would you be okay with that, Angelica?
Yeah, 5 is fine.
Okay, hopefully it's less, but let's keep this number. All right.